back with part 2 of the Gundam Astray Perfect Grade Red Frame review. That came out a lot more muddled than I hoped. So in this part we're going to be looking at his features and his accessories. So let's start with the features first. One I can't show you unfortunately. His eyes do have a light up gimmick. If I take off his head like that and bring it closer. What you normally have to do is you have to remove these panels on the back and there'd be a switch that makes the eyes light up here and here. But there have been a couple of problems with me doing this because you have to wire it yourself for one thing, which is never a good idea with me because I always do something wrong, even when there's only 4 components like there is in this guy, not counting the battery. And also you have to go and buy a specialist battery for him. You can get it from any major like watch battery shop, but still. So we're going to plonk his head back on. Lovely click there. So besides the bending armour panels I've shown you before, we can go to the back, if we have a look at his backpack as well. Bit of articulation I forgot to mention in the last review. The beam saber holders here will be able to move, and if we rotate him a bit, this kind of counts as a feature as well. You can unplug this from his back, bring it down, and rest it against his arse. I'm not entirely sure why you'd want to do that, but it lets you have a look at some more of the lovely detail. Maybe it'd be for some kind of compatibility with a flight pack like it did in the anime. Haven't seen the anime but know of some of the variations of the red frame because, God, I love this kit. Yeah, let's just plug that back in. A bit hard when you can't actually see what you're doing, but still. So, another feature of this guy. We bring this down to about torso level. I think you can tell what this is going to be, because what's a giant mech without a pilot? So, what we have to do is straighten out his torso here, and this piece here will come off. Another feature of this guy, all the armour pieces you can see are removable, so you can completely expose the inner frame as well. I would do that, but it takes way too much time to show on camera, way too much time to do off camera, and I'd probably forget where some of the pieces went and or lose them. So start by bringing this piece down like that to about there. That should do. And we grab hold of his cockpit and slide it forwards and bring it to there, and you can see if we zoom in that you can see just a little unpainted Lower Ghoul, I think that's his name, Lowy something or other, inside sitting in the cockpit. And the cockpit is wonderfully detailed. It has, I won't be able to show you this, but there's a little monitor like in there that's got sculpted in targeting system detail and things like that. I mean, it's just incredible. So, to close it up, we push in on the cockpit and watch Low slide in like that. Close the cockpit off like that. So you hear that little click then, and fold this piece back off into the torso. And those are the features of the Astray Red Frame. But now we come on to what are by far the most impressive parts of the kit, the accessories. They're not numerous by any means, but they're just incredible. We'll start off with the most boring, shall we? The beam sabers. The handles, as you could see, were stored up here and here. We'll take a look at them, and they are massive as well. I mean, they're quite big for me. Yeah, you can get a decent grip on them, unlike 1:144s or 1:100s. Now, we bring in a beam, a very long beam. If we just zoom out, I'm zooming out as far as I can go, so you can see that it's quite big compared to the actual suit itself. It comes up to his waist from the ground. And it's got lovely detail in it as well. It's lovely sparkly paint details and it's lovely sculpt. And that just plugs into the beam saber like so. And there are pegs here and pegs in the Astray's hand. Holes here and pegs in the Astray's hand that you can get him to hold the beam saber with. I would do that, but there's some much better things he can hold. And if you know the red frame, you know what's coming later on. Let me just plug this back in here. So that's accessory number 1, beam sabers. Number 2, another fairly boring one. The beam rifle. And to say this is boring, it's not. it's not slight against it anyway. It's just compared to some of his other accessories. Boy, you'll see. Yeah, so this is a beam rifle, standard beam rifle really. I think shares similarities with the Strike. Got a lovely clear green piece for the not cockpit, the scope. A movable handle here. I think the trigger's movable. Let's have a look. Nope. But you can remove this piece here, exposing some of the inner details of the beam rifle. And it's got a peg in the beam rifle there, so you can only hold it with his right hand. But we're not going to put it in his hand for now. What we're going to do is we're going to find this piece here and flick it out. So you've got a little peg now. If we go around, you can see he's got a little hole just there. And what we do is we take the peg and peg it into the hole. And there we are, it's stored. Next, what we're going to have to do in preparation for this, bring out the arm, and come over to here. We're going to have to pull this piece out and up, exposing this little hole. There's good reason for that when we show you the shield. Lovely shield, lovely, 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 lovely shield. Black, white and red with Loewe's logo on there. I think it's his logo, but yeah. It's got a little switch at the back here, and if you watch this red piece, I'll push it down, it opens up to a clear piece in here that the Astray could look out and shoot at people with. Movable handle here. I like to have it about here. It's very stiff. This will go all the way around as well. I'm going to need to unplug this for now. So what we want to do is we're going to plug this into the hole on the Astray's arm, like so. I'm going to have to rush a bit now because I'm running out of time a little bit. With it pegged into his arm like that, we basically wrap it around. We can fix that again later. And slide the handle in between the fingers, wrap it around, and there we are. That's the shield. So we can close his hand around that now. Oh, it was only the beam rifle that fell off. But yeah, that's the Astray with its shield. It's a lovely shield. It's massive as well. And if I just peg this back onto the kit. It's going to fall off again, but oh well. We're going to get on to this accessory now. Now this is actually very interesting, but you'll see why in a second. So what we're going to do for now is just open that up like that and leave it there. Actually, we're going to peg it onto his hip. Sod the beam rifle. We just open this piece up like so. And voila, peg it in like that. Now, the final and most impressive accessory of the Gundam Astray. The Gundam Astray katana. This thing is massive. Let's have a look at it. Lovely chrome detail, and you can see this is a dagger for me. The handle, it's massive. Yeah, what we do to get that in is we just slide it down here into this piece. Actually, I'm going to pause the camera here just for a second, just so I can do it. And there you have it, it's inside. Sorry about that, but I'm just running low on time. So, finally, would I recommend the Gundam Astray, the Perfect Grade Edition? In two words, hell yes. In three words, go buy it. I mean, it is quite expensive, but all perfect grades are. This guy will run you up about £100, maybe 130, depending on where you buy it from, plus shipping because you have to import him. But he's just totally worth it. I mean, can you not say that this is incredible? This has been Jay Izuki Garoto. Until next time, guys, peace out. Sorry for no pose, really short.
Bad Dream City, Bad Dream City.